Deep inside your skull, you have a powerful tiny structure called the pineal gland. And once it's activated, your view on life changes to this. Wow. Pineal gland activation makes you see the world in a whole new way, and you start to get insights like never before. In this video, you'll learn what the pineal gland actually is. Then we're going to discuss the little known secret about the pineal that will help you activate it faster. And then I'm going to share my powerful 3-step process to activate your pineal gland quickly. Coming up. Hello, beautiful soul. That intro that you just saw is from my premium coaching program, Heart Alchemy, which opens its enrollment doors on February 1st. Heart Alchemy is an 8-week program, and it contains my most in-depth videos, tools, and practices that I share nowhere else. Aside from having weekly video modules with tools and practices that you can easily follow along, Heart Alchemy is also the only place where I have weekly live group coaching sessions so we can get together, connect together and to each other, and have some major breakthroughs. If you're ready to work with me on a deep level and accelerate your spiritual awakening and your healing, click on the link below. It's going to be in the description box of this video so you can join the email list for Heart Alchemy, and that means that you'll receive an email notification as soon as the enrollment doors open. I only open Heart Alchemy once a year, so if you feel a pull to be a part of class 2022, I'd be so honored to see you there. On to part 1 of the video, what's the pineal gland? So the pineal gland is a tiny little pea-sized structure that's almost dead center in the middle of your brain. And there's a lot that science doesn't yet know about the pineal gland, but one thing that we do know from a science perspective is that this tiny little gland is responsible for the production of melatonin, which is an important hormone having to do with your circadian rhythms, with sleep and wake cycles. So this little pea-sized structure, it's photosensitive. And so that means that in the presence of darkness, your pineal gland will produce melatonin and you'll get sleepy and want to fall asleep. And then in the presence of sun going through your eyes, the pineal gland decreases its production of melatonin. All right, so that's a little bit of the science behind what the pineal gland does. But now let's get into the spiritual aspect and the spiritual importance of the pineal gland. In yogic tradition, the pineal gland is associated with what's known as the third eye chakra. All right, so the third eye chakra is an energy point. It's the 6th chakra in the 7 main chakras of the body. If you don't know what chakras are, here's a picture of them. There are 7 main chakras in your body. The 6th one is called the third eye. It's located right here between your eyes, a bit here in the forehead. And this third eye chakra, or 6th chakra, this one is what's traditionally associated with the pineal gland. So from a spiritual perspective, this third eye is an energy center that's responsible for inner vision, for psychic powers, for your ability to see beyond what the physical eyes see. And so that's the function of the third eye. So the pineal gland is associated with those functions also. So a way of looking at the pineal gland spiritually is that the pineal gland is the doorway to altered states of consciousness. Another way to think about the pineal is as a spiritual antenna. I love to see the pineal this way. So you can think of the pineal gland as an antenna that's receiving information from beyond the 5 senses, beyond what we can see and hear down here. So the pineal gland is like this little antenna receiving information from spirit realms and then helping to translate that information into physical messages or things that you can actually decipher and understand and kind of take action on if it's insight from your guides or insight from the universe. Okay, so that's another way that I like to look at the pineal gland as an antenna, a receptor that's receiving information from beyond what we can see here in the physical world. On to part 2 of the video, the little known secret about the pineal. Okay, so remember we were talking about a little while ago, we were saying that in yogic tradition, the pineal gland is traditionally associated with the third eye. But there's an important aspect here, and this is the little known secret that's really going to help then in the practice that I'm going to share with you in this video to help activate the pineal gland. And that is that the pineal gland is also governed by the 7th chakra, or the crown chakra. So these two chakras are actually both equally impactful on the pineal gland. And that means that when you're doing any type of activation, if you use both chakras, then you're going to have a faster, more powerful activation of this gland. And because it's associated with the crown chakra also, that also imparts certain characteristics that have to do with the 7th chakra. So the 7th chakra, the top of the head, faces upward. And this 7th chakra is responsible for feelings of connection, feelings of unity with the universe, oneness with God or with Source. Completely transcending the regular body states, transcending the idea of separation and just going into the oneness of the universe, okay? That's what the crown chakra is all about. And so when you start to work on the pineal activation through that crown chakra also, and you're going to be using visualization that has to do with the crown chakra, and I'm going to show you that in a little bit. But now that you know that the pineal gland is associated with the 6th chakra and the 7th chakra, that's really going to help you expand your practice and be able to activate and work with the pineal gland a lot better than you did before. Now, because of this association with the 7th chakra, so we're talking about this universal connection, what ends up happening when translated with the pineal gland, what that means is that pineal gland is going to assist you in seeing the big picture of all of existence. Okay, so this characteristic of it being associated with the crown chakra is going to really give you a big picture view of existence, but not just of existence in general. It's existence, but also your place in it. So it's going to give you a big picture view of yourself in the universe and the universe also, okay? And that big picture view is coming through the pineal gland from its association to the 7th chakra. Now, this is why one of the quirks or one of the side effects of having a deactivated or what's known as a calcified pineal gland, a pineal gland that isn't working optimally, one of the top symptoms that people have is they feel a loss of connection to the universe. They feel like they don't have a big picture view on their lives anymore. Everything seems very small to them. And that's because that pineal gland is what's known as calcified. Calcified is when the pineal gland is not working properly. And so when that pineal gland is in that state, because it's associated with the crown chakra, it can also give you those symptoms of not feeling connected, not feeling at one with God, not being able to see the bigger picture on your life. Okay, so when it's activated, all of those feelings then come back. On to part 3 of the video, how to activate the pineal. So now that you know so much about this tiny little structure, I'm going to share with you this is a simple practice, but it's so powerful, especially now that you know that little known secret about the pineal. It's going to make this practice even more powerful in your life. Okay, so here's the practice. You're going to want to follow through, maybe just watch this video first, maybe write some notes down, and then come back later on, and you can actually use maybe some meditation music or just put some headphones on, and you can follow my instructions later on, or maybe just rewind back after you watching this and listening to me, rewind back when you're ready to do the meditation, and then just put earphones in your ears, and you can hear me guide you through it. Okay, so the first part, the first step in this exercise is the opening of the crown. You see, opening of the crown chakra. So this is a visualization. You're going to do this with your eyes closed, and you're going to start opening your crown chakra. This is a visualization feeling exercise, okay? Some people don't have great visualization skills. Don't worry about it if you don't. If you don't have great visualization skills, just go more with the feeling, all right? But we do want to have the pairing of feeling and intuition with visualization also to make this exercise more powerful if you can, okay? So you're going to visualize your crown chakra opening up like a flower, really. Like think of a flower blossoming on the top of your head. And that seventh chakra is going to open up like a flower slowly blossoming. So that's the start of the opening. Now, you're going to take this exercise beyond just something small right on the top of your head. So the next stage in this is you're going to want to train yourself to open that crown chakra bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So you can start with like the size of a flower on top of your head, but then as you're getting good at this, you're going to keep opening and opening and visualizing your crown chakra just opening and opening. It could get so big that it could get to like the size of a black hole in the middle of a galaxy. That's how big your crown chakra can get, okay? So bonus points, pro tip and bonus points, if you have the visualization skills to visualize a black hole on the top of your head. That's how big you can get this visualization to, all right? Now, what you're doing here is you are training yourself to be able to open that chakra, open any chakra on command. In this specific instance, we're talking about the crown chakra. So you're going to practice your power of awareness and command of your chakras to be able to open those energy centers on command. The more you can open, the bigger that chakra gets, the more energy can flow in. Now, here's a pro tip for this exercise here, for this part, for this step. Ding, ding, pro tip for you. And the pro tip here is you want to spend some time actually exercising this visualization, exercising the opening and closing of this chakra. So you can actually visualize your crown chakra opening up to the size of a big black hole in the middle of a galaxy and closing down to the size of a flower blossoming. And you just can keep doing this, pumping up, open and closed, open and closed. This is a great way for you to strengthen that ability for you to consciously command your energy centers to open. All right, so that's the pro tip for you. The time frame for this step of the exercise, give yourself about 5 to 10 minutes to just practice this opening up of the seventh chakra. And then once you're good at this, then we go on to step number 2. Step number 2 is called light concentration. So this means that now that you're really good at opening that seventh chakra, opening it as wide as you possibly can, now it's time to let the light come in. And the way that I visualize this is kind of like this really big beam of light, of bright white light. And I just visualize it coming in through the top of my head into that really open seventh chakra, into the top of my head, and it literally goes into, it zaps my pineal gland, which is in the center of my skull, okay, in the center of the brain. And so I just visualize this big tube of light entering the top of my head and concentrating on my pineal gland. As that light beam concentrates on the pineal gland starts to get brighter and brighter and brighter. It may even start to vibrate. Some people can feel this actually happening in their head, okay? So this step here, give yourself also about 5 to 10 minutes to do this, okay? Because sometimes the art of visualization, the art of energy concentration is really important, okay? So an energy alchemy rule here is that time awareness brings energy to an area, and the longer I'm aware of a specific area, the more energy it brings to that place. So the more aware I am, the more I can hold. As the minutes progress, my pineal gland is going to feel a higher concentration of light hitting it. Okay, so this is step number 2, 5 to 10 minutes here, just letting that light come in and charging your pineal gland. Now to step number 3, which is to focus on the third eye, okay? So now this is where you bring the power of both of these chakras to supercharge this pineal gland. So now you're not only having light coming in through the top of your head, but now we're going to use the third eye to also add light at a different angle. So you're going to have light coming from the top and light going in this way, create a 90-degree angle onto that pineal gland. So what you're going to do here is you're going to be focusing on gentle focus, okay? So pro tip here, ding, ding, important note here, gentle focus. You don't have to focus really strongly because you may get a headache, all right? So gentle focus on the pineal, on the third eye. And what you're going to do is you're actually going to concentrate your physical eyes on the third eye. And the way that I like to do that is you can put your finger on your third eye gently, and you can tap it a little bit if you want to. That can activate the third eye also. Another way of doing this is you just put your finger there so you can kind of perceive on your skin where that third eye is. And then what you're going to do with your eyes closed, you're going to look up at the third eye. So I'm going to do this with my eyes open so you can actually see what I'm doing. But it would be putting your finger here and then looking up. So your eyes are literally looking up and in. You're almost like you're cross-eyed. Okay, and you're going to do this with your eyes closed. So you put your finger here and you're looking up at that finger with your eyes closed, okay? This really activates the third eye very, very powerfully. Once you have that awareness and that third eye activation, the light is going to come in, and you can even visualize a beam of light coming into that third eye and zapping your pineal gland at this angle where the other light was coming down at this angle. Okay, so you're going to need to practice a little bit on this one because this one sometimes is really intense. The time frame here, now, this is important. The time frame here, very different from the time frame for the other two steps. Here we're talking about 1 to 2 minutes, and it's precisely because this step is really powerful, focusing on the third eye in this way with your eyes crossed like I'm telling you to. This is very intense, and it may give you initially a little bit of headache, so you have to get used to working with the third eye in this way. But the point here is that just 1 to 2 minutes, that's enough, and you're going to have that extra light coming in and hitting that pineal gland and being able to charge it even more than it can be charged by just using the 7th chakra. Now, what you'll notice about this practice is that if you do this every day for at least a couple of weeks, you will start to notice that pineal gland activating. Some people can actually feel it vibrating in the middle of their head. This may seem completely odd, but I've had multiple people say this, and I can feel when my pineal gland is charged, I can actually have the awareness of feeling it vibrating inside my head. So that may happen, but other probably most common things that happen when the pineal gland starts to activate is people start to have bigger insights about their lives. They start to feel more connection. They start to be able to access messages from the universe. All kinds of things start to happen because, again, this pineal gland is like an antenna. It's a doorway to different states of consciousness. And so you have access to more information in those altered states of consciousness. So the more activated this pineal gland is, the more you're going to have these insights and these aha moments that are going to start to happen in your life. Now, if you want to learn more about the third eye or the crown chakra, which I talked about here in this practice, I actually shot a couple of videos on the subject. One of them is actually on the third eye and how to develop the third eye, so that'll be great for you to watch. And another video is on the 7 main chakras of the body. So you can go through each chakra if you're not familiar and you want to kind of go deeper on those topics. I'm going to leave links in the description box below to these videos so you can watch both of them after this one. Now I want to hear from you. Have you ever worked with the pineal gland before? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear all about it. Click here to subscribe to my YouTube channel or head over to my website where you can download my popular free guided meditations. And don't forget to watch these 2 videos that I recommended in this one. That'll be great for you to continue watching. All right, beautiful soul, I love you. I'm out.